This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I've got Lois McCallum here with me. You're from Smith Falls now.
Yes.
Originally from Ottawa.
Yes.
And you recently won, were the recipient of the King Charles III Coronation medal.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that, a little bit of a history, what got you to this medal too. So you're from Ottawa.
I'm from Ottawa.
Okay.
I was born in Ottawa.
Okay, and you were a Métis Nation of Ontario senator.
Yes, that's an elected elder
Okay.
for each region. And I was for the Ottawa region.
Okay.
And you go to different places that you are invited to teach about the Métis. I had the best people because I had the children from the Catholic School Board and the Public School Board. I went to high schools and intermediate schools, and the children just absorb everything like little sponges.
They do, they do, yes. It's a pleasure to work with children, isn't it?
And just before I stopped, I used to bring material and we made a blanket.
Wonderful.
And the children really loved that.
And part of your recognition of this was because you went around and you educated and
Yes.
you showed leadership in
Yes.
teaching people about the Métis.
That's true.
Okay, okay. Now, it was later in life that was it your father found out that he was Métis?
My sister and brother went to the archives in Ottawa, and they looked up, our name was Kelly, so they looked up the Kellys. And then my sister said, let's look up the Atkinsons, Granny Kellys. So they looked up, and beside their name was an R. So they went to the lady at the archives and asked her, why are the Atkinsons all have an R beside their name? She said, because that's how they call them Redskins.
Oh.
And my father was 73 when he was told that his mother was First Nation. And then we got in touch with the cousins up around the Mattawa and had a dinner. And when they were coming home, my father was crying. He said, why did Mother not tell me I had such lovely relatives? And my brother said, I'll tell you, your oldest cousin told me. Jack was my grandfather. When Jack came to marry Florence, that's my grandmother, he told her, do not tell anyone ever that you are Indian, because I'm on the fire department, I'll be let go, and no one will rent us a house in Ottawa. There was so much prejudice, and I'm so glad that it's changed.
Oh, I am so glad.
Yes.
And you've been part of the education of teaching people and making people.
Then we found out about the Métis. We belonged to another organization, it was for Ontario. And then in 1993, the Ontario Nation of Ontario was formed, and we were at the first meeting. And I'm proud to be Métis because Granny had to hide it.
Yes.
Her nationality.
So you're doing it twofold. You're doing it for her and for yourself.
And if you ever met my grandmother, she was 5 foot, had 7 sons, and not one of her sons ever cursed in front of her or told a smutty joke. And I only heard my father curse once. Oh. He was no saint, but he didn't curse.
Once, I think. So what is your background? It sounds like you're a teacher or...
No, it's just I learned about the Métis.
Yes.
And if you are part of the Métis community, they tell you different things. They send you books and,
right.
you know, to find out about Louis Riel and different things like that.
Yes.
And I'm from a French background. My mother was French. But we were sent to French school. Even my mother died very young. And my father sent all the children. He couldn't understand a word of French, but he sent them to French school. And I think he was really thinking further in the future, because helped all his children get good positions and support themselves.
Wow, wow. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And you got this award. Let me see. I wrote down the date. It was April you got this. April. I wrote it down somewhere. I'll look it up. April. You got the award.
Yes.
In April, you got this. So let's talk about that night. How was that night? I saw some pictures.
It was so good. My daughter was there and my two granddaughters, and it was so nice because I didn't know when they called me, I didn't know what to expect, and there was a nice dinner and
What a
and
nice
everything.
moment to share with your family.
It is a nice moment, and I never thought I'd ever get anything like that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So you've got this on display. You live over here in Smith Falls at Van Horn Manor,
Yes.
and you've got that on display. I met you a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
You showed it to me, and this is the certificate that went along with it too. So King Charles III Coronation Medal. This certificate is presented to Lois McCallum in recognition of your contributions to the Métis Nation through decades of leadership and public service.
Thank you.
Wow, congratulations. That's amazing. That's amazing. And this as well, too. Let's talk about
And then
this
the
award.
next week I got that one
You had a busy
from
week.
from the Métis Nation of Ontario.
Okay, and that's the 2025 Outstanding Citizen Award, proudly awarded to Lois McCallum for her dedication to the Métis community in the Ottawa region. Well, congratulations. This
Thank
is
you
amazing.
very
You
much.
should be hanging this up proudly, for sure, for sure. And I'm so glad you brought it over here to share with us.
Well, I didn't want to hang it up or anything. I'm going to leave it to my children.
Oh, a lovely legacy for sure.
Yes.
For sure. Are there any stories that you'd like to tell?
Well, at the founding meeting, we went and we helped. We registered people, and then they got their Métis card.
Right.
And my two brothers came. One was an alderman in Ottawa, and one worked for the government. And they came with my sister and I. And they set up all the tables for the meeting, and they came from all over Ontario. And my brother said, I'm not going to another meeting. And I said, why not? He said, I've never worked so hard in my life. But that was the first thing, and that's when we got our sashes. I didn't bring my sash, but I do have an elder's sash.
Right.
And we have just a small sash that we can pin on our clothing too.
Wow.
And we put them on when we have meetings and when I went to the schools. I retired when I was 60, and then they called me. Sometimes I'd go to the government buildings too and speak at different organizations.
Right.
But the one I loved the most was the children.
I know, yes. It's a pleasure to work with children. And we must mention that too. It's not just children you went and did any education and leadership from. You spoke
Yeah.
at conferences and workshops
Yes,
and everything
yes.
too. So I encourage people, Google this woman's name. You'll find out what she's been doing for a very long time. I'm very proud of the fact that you're supporting the Métis.
Well, I'm proud to be,
Yeah.
because of grandmother.
Yes,
If
absolutely.
I always remember her coming to visit me, and she had a mauve dress, white gloves, and a white hat, walking down the street. You know,
Yes.
she was so cute.
Oh,
because
memories
she
are
was
wonderful.
So yes, and she was so tiny. And my father wasn't a tall man. Her sons weren't that tall, but they looked down on her because she was so
She was
short.
so tiny.
Yeah.
Wonderful memories, wonderful. She'd be very proud of you for what you're doing.
And thank you very much for inviting me.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I met you and continue to get to know you even better. This is wonderful. Thank you very much for joining us today, Lois McCallum, coming here to share with us her medal of the King Charles III Coronation Medal. Thank you very much for sharing this with us, and
Thank
thank
you.
you for everything you do.